What is up, YouTube? Today is the day that I discovered that my Civic is a rust bucket. I sort of overlooked something the night I bought the car. This little corner down here was kind of taped over and painted. As you can see, the paint job's already spotty as is. We had run marks right there and whatnot. But anyways, yeah, I looked at something. I noticed that there was tape right there, so I pulled the tape off and found expanding foam in there. So I went to sanding stuff off, and this is where I'm at now. Back here, there was like a little chip missing, so I decided to start sanding back here as well, and discovered Bondo on Bondo on Bondo on more Bondo. So this brings me to the point where I either have to use some more Bondo and fix it, or go ahead and cut some metal out. And if I cut some metal out, I'll have to replace all that. Or, like I said, I could just use some more Bondo. So today is a new day. I ended up having to go and do something yesterday, so I had to stop recording. But when I got home later last night, I went ahead and did some more work. I didn't really think to record it much, but right here there was a dent, so I sanded down right here because I want to fill this dent in a little bit. I sanded that all down. There was a pinstriping, like a pinstripe sticker. You can still see it like up here, like the sticker right here that's underneath. I went ahead and kind of removed that. I found a little rust over here. That's on the quarter panel. It's replaceable, but I figured I might as well go ahead and take care of that while I'm doing all this. Actually, just gonna go ahead and get a DA or whatever, the handheld sanders or whatever they're called. I'm gonna go ahead and get one of those and do the rest of this car the right way.
A few moments later.
There was some rust on the inside. That actually goes through to the inside of the car, as you can see. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix that somehow. We got some wire brushes. I fixed that in there because it was originally rusting down in here. Yeah, it was originally rusting right there. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead and fix that. So we're going to start with this 100 grit right here, and use that to get a majority of the paint off, and then we'll go back over it with some 220 grit, and hopefully that will get us ready to paint. Alright, so today is a new day. As you can see, I got a lot of progress done. It ended up getting dark last night. That sanding process pretty much took me every bit of, I'd say, 8 hours. But we're up to this point. The hood's being a little bit difficult. As you've seen in the previous part of this video, there was rust up here. I went ahead and knocked some of the rust out completely. Knocked it out pretty much every way. There's a little bit of rust on, let's come over here. There's a little bit of rust on this side too. Badoom, badoom, and badoom, badoom. So earlier I didn't know what route I was gonna go as far as fixing this goes. I decided not to put, so I tried to take out these roof moldings. I tried to take them out and save them, which I pretty much did. But if you think about it, if you put the roof molding in, the roof molding sits like way down here. So there's no point in putting the roof molding in if it's not even gonna seal right there, and there's a hole right there. So what I ended up doing, let's see if I could find the bag. My front seat's just full of stuff for this project, but I ended up going and grabbing some Dynaflex Ultra Advanced exterior sealant. This is like what they use for windows and whatnot. I'm thinking about honestly just filling up this whole area with this stuff. So the 100 grit that I was using ended up gumming up, so I ended up grabbing some 60 grit from Harbor Freight. It works a lot better. I've already got all this done in about 5 minutes, so. 1, 2, 3, go! So today is day 3 of this project, I guess. I went ahead and got the whole hood sanded last night, or the roof. I got the hood sanded, most of the bumper, all this stuff around here. I'm pretty sure I got most of the front bumper good and ready for paint. I'm gonna go over the whole car because as you see it started to rust a little bit. I hit the whole car with, I wanna say 60 grit. I wanna go back over it with 220 or whatever. Plus I gotta get right there a little bit. But I'm gonna go back over the whole car with 220 to smooth it out a little bit for paint. And then I'm gonna go straight to this. Alright, so I am finally done sanding. I fixed some of these body panels. I dented that, or I knocked that one in a little bit. Lined it right. I sanded that down because I'm gonna put some body filler there. I did the same thing on the other side because I had a dent there. But pretty much the car is done as far as sanding goes. So now it's time to fill in these rust spots and these body panels. That being said, I'm gonna start with the roof up here in the weather strip, or where the weather strip used to sit at. We're starting in this area, this side in particular. I took a wire wheel to this, took a wire wheel down this whole drain, whatever you want to call it. Took a wire wheel to the inside because, like I said, that goes through to the inside of the car, as you can see. Went ahead, wire wheeled that. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the gun and fill some of this and get back to you guys. Okay, so as you can see, I got this in here nice and filled in all the way back. Now, like I said, this is flexible stuff. What the hell is this called again? I don't know, it's for windows and stuff, but long story short, it should seal this gap pretty quick, or pretty good. Let's check the inside out. Okay, there we go. That's on the inside. So today is like day 5 of this project. It's already nighttime. I put a fresh coat of, or a fresh layer of Bondo on there. That's the body filler. So there's Bondo glass and there's Bondo body filler. The glass is like a fiberglass solution. And we got that pretty much on the back side to stop it from going into the inside of the car. We went ahead and did a little bit of body filler and glass right there. And I just did a fresh layer down here. Sand that smooth, and then this area to about right here is ready for paint. Pretty sure I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out, I think. I have a couple days to decide, but I might cut that out too. I could Bondo that, but that looks pretty gnarly, so I might want to just go ahead and cut that and weld some new metal in there, like I'm doing back here. Nothing's changed back here. I just cleaned the area up a little bit. So we got the trunk off, or we got part of the hatch off because, let's take a look. So right here, these are where your hinges mount to, or where your hinges mount to the body. The paint had cracked or caked up, whatever you want to call it, and they're starting to rust. I ended up taking a wire wheel to it, and the wire wheel exposed some holes, so went ahead and patched those, as well as patched the rust over there just in case, because that seemed to be like a problem area for whatever reason. That's all good. We did a little bit of body filler right here, but that's pretty much done right there. Might go back over that with body filler, and then this down here. I still have yet to sand this. I haven't even really touched this today, but once I get that side of the car done, I'm gonna come back over to this side, and then we should be good to go as far as paint goes.